Why 5 years? Of course, when I say 5 years, it could mean also 6 years or maybe 4.5 years. It is specifically when I mention 5 years, I mean it is a time period which will still allow you a buffer for you to do something before you eventually officially receiving your active income, whether it's a salary or whether it's a business income, that you stop receiving the income. So why 5 years? No, not 1 year. Okay. When it comes to 5 years, it means that you still have got some time to do some of the important things that you may need time to prepare for it. Say, for example, if your investment, your retirement fund accumulation is still not, at least you still got 5 years, maybe one market cycle for you to do some action so that you're able to accumulate slightly more for your retirement fund. Say, or for example, why 5 years away? Because when you talk about making sure that you have enough insurance coverage when you retire, when you have got enough medical benefit for yourself, when the company will eventually remove or stop giving you medical coverage when you stop working. So you do not wait until that day comes, then only you start planning to look for insurance agent to insure yourself, because we do not know 5 years down the road what will be your health condition. No, will there be higher blood pressure? Will there be something like diabetic kind of symptoms start coming out? No, so anything which is not advantageous to you to apply for new insurance, whether for medical benefit, hospitalization, or even critical illness. So if you plan 5 years ahead, then at least you're 5 years younger and you can have a better help to apply, and hopefully you can get a clean sheet of a medical examination and get a good premium for your coverage, rather than to wait until, say for example, our official age to retire is like 60 years old. Then you may find you have got some problem here and there. Then insurance company may either they will load extra premium on you, or they will even totally reject you. Then financial planning to provide for the medicines will be totally turned upside down. Okay, so that's why having some extra time, make it a checkpoint to review what been happening so far, okay, and what action to take to correct whatever situation that is not so ideal or not on track, is definitely the best practice when you're planning for retirement. As we all know, retirement, all of us only get to go through retirement process one time only in our life. Okay, so it is something that every one of us never go through before. So it's important for us to be more cautious. There are a few points I want to share today as a guide for you to plan for your retirement. Number one is that 5 years before you officially retire, I think it's important for you to do some budgeting. It's important for you to know how much you will be spending when you retire. Of course, you say, hey, how do I know how much will I spend? Of course, you will not know still because you're still working. But you need to visualize a bit that when you retire, where are you going to stay? Will you stay in Klang Valley? Will you stay in the city? Or will you move back to your hometown? Or you will be staying in somewhere suburb? Or will you be spending more time traveling? Or will you spend more time doing gardening? Or will you be interested to do more cooking for your own? Or would you prefer to have more eating out? So all this planning, lifestyle activity that you have got will definitely affect how much money that you spend. And it's important for you to do a budget to know how would that change. Okay, so you may need to know whether 5,000 a month is enough to fulfill all your activity, your daily activity or monthly activity during your retirement, or whether 10,000 is enough or not. So for that matter, to come out with a list is important, because why? Later on, you'll know that you need to make sure you are able to compare to the expenses that you will spend and whatever retirement asset that you accumulated so far, then you want to know whether you'll be able to afford this kind of retirement lifestyle. Okay, so if you can't, you may be able to do some adjustment now, 5 years from now, okay, rather than 5 years later. Of course, if you find that you have more than enough to support your lifestyle, then congratulations. But you may want to think about, hey, maybe I shouldn't be so conservative. I should actually do more. Instead of traveling like once a year overseas, maybe if you like traveling, you may want to plan to travel 2 times or even 3 times if you find out that you can afford to spend more. So, number one item. Number two, which is also very important, is to decide where do you intend to live. Okay, like I mentioned just now, not only the location that you want to live, but the building you're going to live in. Whether will you continue to stay in the current house that you're staying? Because when children is growing up, and then children are staying with you, you may need a big, maybe a double-story house, maybe some people may have a corner house to cater for a bigger family. But when you retire and your children do not stay with you, or your grandchildren do not stay with you, you and your spouse may not need that big space. So some people may say, now I enjoy to have this building. I enjoy the neighborhood. I feel very comfortable moving around. So I don't mind to maintain a big house. Yeah, of course, that's your option. And you can certainly plan your expenses to maintain the house. As you retire, then your house could be also aging together with you. Plumbing, maintenance may be needed to make sure that you can continue to live in the house comfortably and safely. But some people may say, well, I do not have so many people staying with me. It's only me, my spouse. I may want to move to it in the condo, and plus also I may travel a lot. Maybe 3 months, of the year, or 4 months of the year, I will not be around. So why I do not need a big house, and it's just a waste of money and it's a lot of work. So I must still stay in a condo with a proper security and also good facilities, and then I don't have to worry about burglary or whatever thing when I am overseas for maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks together with my spouse. So it's important for you to start thinking about that, because it's not too far away. Because to sell a house, to buy another house, it is not something happen overnight or over a weekend. It may take months or sometimes even years to really switch from a bigger house to a smaller house. Or some people now, among my clients, they may think that, hey, yeah, I do not want to maintain a property. Even a condo is too much for me. Or some of my clients lost their spouse, so they are alone. So they'll tell me, Mr. Then my plan is I want to stay in one of the retirement village. I'm fine with that. So I got good medical facility to support me. I got a company of friends, and some of them even invited some of their good friends to go together to that retirement village, so that the friendship, the fellowship can continue, whether they like to do things together, or play golf together, or whether go holiday together or eating out together. So all these three options has got different financial implication, and it's important for you to start thinking about it and start taking action. And then in that case, probably you may need to make a decision that should you sell your house. Some of you who are very well to do and much more enough than retire, then for you maybe I just keep my house. Next time I give to one of my children, I give to my grandchild. No problem. That is a decision. But some of you may have just nice amount of retirement. If you were to sell the house, go to a retirement village, or go to a smaller condo, a smaller house, then the proceed from the house selling may actually boost up your retirement fund, that you may be able to enjoy a better retirement lifestyle. So for that matter, that is something also worth considering as well, because the property that you bought maybe 20 years ago may worth maybe 300,000. Now it may be worth 1 million or 1.5 million, depending on the location. So that is something that you should also consider, whether you still want to keep the house or you want to liquidate it.